Good day. Today I want to talk about a subject, vegetable oils. Vegetable oils we use a lot in kitchen. Of course, for frying and making curries. Without vegetable oil, there is no cooking, period. And vegetable oils, we use, there is a wide variety of vegetable oils available in the market. And we use one of these or two of these, like sunflower oil, canola oil, and then soybean oil, and then peanut oil, వేరుశనగ నూనె, sesame oil, నువ్వుల నూనె, corn oil. These are common brands of oils, variety of oils available in the supermarket. So you buy this oil and you cook it. That's fine. But what is oil? And what is its purpose in the body? Of course, people think fat, eating oils. See, fat is the number 2 energy source in the body. I told you in the previous video that glucose or sugar is the number 1 source of energy source to do metabolic functions. Carbohydrates, all the carbs we are eating turn into glucose sugar and gives energy to the body, and excess sugar creates a problem, and diabetes, type 2 diabetes sets in. And I told you how to control diabetes by not eating carbs. Reduce carbs to almost zero, 5 grams to 6 grams a day. That's it. And then your diabetes is gone now. You're okay. So now we are concentrating on vegetable oils and fats. Fat is the number 2 source for energy in the body. Number 2 source for metabolic functions. I listed all the metabolic functions. I don't want to repeat, but I briefly say heart function, lung function, brain function, bodily function, walking, driving, running, cooking, all these things, breathing, hearing, every activity in the body runs on energy. And the energy comes from the food we eat. Carbohydrate or sugar is the number 1 source. And he removed the source based on my advice, at least. So you have to get energy from somewhere. If you're not getting from carbohydrate, you will die. You get low sugar, if you become unconscious and go to coma. I don't want that to happen to anybody. So and then I suggested you should take vegetables, green leaf vegetables. Eat a lot of proteins, meat, eggs, tofu, soya protein powders, milk protein and egg protein available on Amazon. So, and then I said you can take some vegetable oil. So I'm going to concentrate on vegetable oil today. So I told you vegetable oil is number 2 source for energy. You eliminated energy from carbohydrates, okay? You eliminated it. You're not eating carbs anymore now. You're in good shape. Now, the vegetable oils, when you consume vegetable oil like corn or soybean oil or sunflower oil, sesame or peanut oil, it will break down in the liver. The oil we consume go to the system, and then the liver, it will break down to triglycerides and glycerol, 2 different molecules or groups, I can say. Glycerol and triglycerides. What is a triglyceride? It is a fatty acid. You see, the oil you are consuming is a fatty acid. It is a carbonic acyl groups in chemistry. So it is not an acid that will kill you like sulfuric or hydrochloric or nitric. It's an organic acid, weak acid. That is the source of energy. That acid turns into energy in the body. You got it? That energy is provided by the fatty acids. And some of the examples of fatty acids: stearic acid, oleic acid, linoleic acid, palmitic acid. There are 20 acids like this, like capric acid, like this. There are names for it. All these 20 essential fatty acids that are breakdown product of vegetable oil you are consuming. You got it? The other group I told you, glycol group. In the liver, the oil is split into two. One is free fatty acids, 20 of them, and one side is glycol. What is glycol? Glycol is glycerol. Glycerine, you know, the sweet, thick, viscous liquid the doctor take a swab and then rub it inside the mouth if you have some problems with the mouth. It is an antiseptic and used as a sugar substitute in candies, cookies, biscuits, everywhere. And the entire food industry is based on glycerine from glycol from vegetable oil. Just imagine vegetable oil giving a sweet liquid, glycol, glycerine. And if you see, there's a high calorie protein bars, which became predominant, 20 grams of protein, no sugar, 1 gram of fat, all kind of protein bars, energy bars they call them, they're selling. They said no sugar, but they put glycerine for sweetness. Because sweetness, nobody want to eat the bars, you know, the protein bars. They have to add sugar taste. They're putting glycerine. But what people don't know is glycerine is a polysaccharide. It's a sugar. It's a complex sugar. It takes time to digest. But majority of the glycerol or glycerine you are eating, substitute, will turn into sugar, glucose, and affect diabetes people. You get diabetes. So be careful when you're eating energy bars. Look at it, no sugar. But if you read carefully all the content, they have to give a list. Glycerol, they call sugar alcohol. Sugar alcohol, glycerine is added. 6 grams, 5 grams, 7 grams, 8 grams glycerine. 8 grams of sugar is a lot of sugar. But they're deceiving, you know, but they're allowed to do that. Because glycerine is not classified as a sugar. It's a polysaccharide. It's a sugar alcohol, they call it. It's an alcohol group in it, OH. So, now, but we are interested in not in glycerine right now. We are interested in fatty acids. How the oil came to the liver, divided into glycerol and fatty acids. You have 20 fatty acids. I gave some example. Stearic, oleic, linoleic, capric, and also palmitic, and the 20 acids. And these are supply the energy. Now, the important point I want to tell you is, these vegetable oils you are eating, there are some, the oils you are consuming are okay, but there are better oils. Because, I tell the very important reason here. Each oil, if you take corn oil or soybean oil or sesame oil or peanut oil, if you analyze it, within that, I told you that fatty acid, 20 fatty acids in each oil drop, vegetable oil drop. Each fatty acid has omega-3 fatty acid, omega-6 fatty acids. Each acid has omega-3 and omega-6, again divided. Omega-3 is good for heart, omega-6 is not very good. Omega-6 fatty acid will give inflammation of the body. It increases the inflammation of the body. Inflammation and arthritis, body pains, asthma, headaches, all problems, colitis, all these problems come out of the omega-6 fatty acid. On the other hand, omega-3 fatty acid is a good fatty acid. Omega-3 is good for you. ఇప్పుడు మీ వెజిటబుల్ ఆయిల్స్, కార్న్ ఆయిల్, సోయాబీన్ ఆయిల్, ససమీ ఆయిల్, పీనట్ ఆయిల్, omega-6 ఎక్కువ డామినెంట్. 20 omega-6 ఉంటే ఒకటే omega-3 ఉంటుంది. అంటే 1:20 or 20:1 ratio. Very low amount of omega-3, very high amount of omega-6, which is not good. That's the point I want to make here for you guys. So if you consume these vegetable oils, you are consuming more of omega-6 than omega-3, which is bad for health, because omega-6 gives inflammation, from which you get body pains, arthritis, asthma, colitis, all those inflammatory diseases. There are plenty of inflammatory diseases to list. But if you consume vegetable oils which contain more of omega-3, that are better for health. And I'm giving you the list of omega-3 fatty acids, rich in omega-3 fatty acids. Flaxseed, Flaxseed ante, I don't know Telugu, I forgot the name. Flaxseed is they use a lot here. Flaxseed oil, కొంచెం expensive. Flaxseed oil is good. రెండోది olive oil. Olive oil is mostly grown in Europe, olives, and some in the United States too. But olive oil is also reasonably good oil. But flaxseed oil is the number one because it has omega-3 highest amount. Omega-3 మూడు ఉంటే omega-6 1 ఉంటుంది. 3 to 1 అట్టించదు. It's multiplied, it's reversed. The ratio of 3 fatty acid, omega-3 is much higher, much higher than 6. So consume flaxseed oil, consume olive oil, and consume coconut oil. The coconut oil do not have much. They have 1-to-1 ratio equally. But important, saturated fat. People think saturated fat is bad for health. Keralites are people Kerala consuming coconut oil for centuries, maybe for thousands of years. They are not dead from heart attack. As a matter of fact, Kerala people have least amount of cardiac problems than rest of the country in India. So coconut oil is best, and some ghee. Ghee also have good omega-3 to omega-6. So it's a saturated fat. Again, some bad name is attached to ghee because saturated fat. But small amount is okay. So small amounts of ghee, small amount of coconut oil, large amount of flaxseed oil, and olive oil. Stick to these four. And of course, the best for omega-3 to 6, omega-3, 4 ante omega-6 ఒకటే ఉంటుంది. Highest omega-3 to 6 ratio is fish oil. Fish oil and చాలా స్మెల్గా ఉంటుంది. You know that cod liver oil, you know from hundreds of years. ఇండియాలో ఎల్లోగా బాటిల్స్లో అమ్ముతూ ఉంటారు. కొన్నింట్లో లవంగము లేదా సిట్రస్ ఉంటే లైమ్ మిక్స్ చేసి కొంచెం వాసన తగ్గిస్తారు. బట్ స్టిల్ ఇట్ స్మెల్స్. సో ముక్కు మూసుకొని ఒక స్పూన్ 2 స్పూన్లో గొంతుకులో పోసుకొని ఈ స్వాలో ఇట్, త్రో ఇట్ ఇన్ ద థ్రోట్ అండ్ 1 spoon or 2 spoons, swallow, drink water, or eat some spice or some pickle, cucumber or green olives, and the smell is gone. So drink 1 table or 2 tablespoons of fish oil every day, any time of the day, and drink water so you don't get the burp, fishy burp. And use flaxseed oil, number 1. Number 2, olive oil. Number 3, coconut oil. And number 4, ghee. And number 1A, fish oil. And you already have a lot of other oils in the kitchen. Peanut oil, gingerly oil, or sesame, canola, sunflower, soybean, corn. I mean, I know oil is very expensive in India. I know that. I don't know how much pound or gallon or liter they cost. Very expensive. Don't throw it away. I mean, money is... So just consume it and finish it and buy only these 4 oils. Okay? Peanut oil, flaxseed oil, olive oil, coconut oil, and ghee and fish. And as I said, oil supply number 2 energy source. So once you're not eating carbohydrates anymore, so now the only source of energy in the body is from fat and proteins. Proteins come from meat, eggs, soybean protein. There's a lot of protein mixes you can get in Amazon. Milk protein and egg protein and yolk protein. Yolk protein is the best. So you can buy the proteins, 100% protein. You can dissolve 100 grams and mix it and drink it, 20 grams of protein. That's good. So the energy source for your body now is from proteins and fat, and small amount of carbohydrates from green vegetables like squash or pumpkin, tomatoes, okra, or a lot of squashes, and then green vegetables, amaranthus, todakura, chukakura. There's a whole lot of India has so many green vegetables and green leafy vegetables. That gives enough carbohydrates. They don't give starch. No potato, no sweet potato, no dumpling, no underground. You can eat carrot, of course, and radish, white and red radish, and turnip and all that. That's good. So if you concentrate on these vegetable oils I gave you 4, and proteins from eggs, and tofu if you're vegetarian, and fish, number 1 protein source, and some chicken and goat is fine for non-vegetarians. And you make fat, protein, and carbohydrates from green vegetable and green leafy vegetables is the main source of energy. You get out, I'm not taking any insulin. After 12 years, taking 3 times a day, my diabetes is gone, receded, completely gone. I was astonished. Only 4 weeks, I stopped eating carbohydrates. 4 weeks. August 1st, I started. I used it 12 years, 3 times a day, insulin. No insulin at all. That's great news, right? You got it?